All right, welcome to our explainer. So, have you ever wondered if you can legally place a sports bet in the very country that invented the Olympics? Well, today we're going to unpack the entire world of online betting in Greece, from its ancient roots all the way to its surprisingly modern and safe market. Let's just dive right in.
You know, to really get a feel for the betting scene in Greece, you've got to go back. I mean, way back. This passion for sports here, it's not some new trend. It's a legacy that's literally thousands of years old. And that deep-rooted love of competition is exactly why Greece has become such a dynamic betting market today.
Okay, so with a history like that, you'd think the rules would be super straightforward, right? Well, the legal side of things has actually been a bit of a roller coaster over the years. So what's the bottom line right now? Can you actually legally place a sports bet online in Greece? Let's just cut to the chase. The answer is a big, resounding yes. Online sports betting in Greece is not just legal, it's fully regulated. And that's the key word, regulated. It means there's a whole system designed to keep things safe and fair for everyone.
So how did we even get to this point? Well, it wasn't always this way. The journey to get here was definitely not a straight line. It's really a story of a massive transformation, from a total ban to a state-run monopoly, and finally to the open, competitive market that we see today.
And this is what's absolutely wild when you look at it. The speed of this change. I mean, check out this timeline. In 2002, there was a strict, total ban on all gambling. And then by 2021, you have a fully regulated open market. Think about that for a second. A complete 180 in less than 2 decades. That is a huge shift. And the key player, the one making all this possible, is the Hellenic Gaming Commission, or HGC. Think of them as the official referee for the whole game. They're the ones who issue the licenses, they set the rules, and they make sure every single operator is playing fair to protect you, the bettor.
And just so you know, we've done all the heavy lifting for you on this one. For this explainer, we went out and distilled the top 10 articles on this subject from the web, so you don't have to read them all. We've pulled out everything you really need to know right here.
Okay, so when you actually start looking for a place to bet in Greece, you're going to notice pretty quickly that there are basically 3 different kinds of sites out there. And understanding these tiers is absolutely crucial for knowing where your money is safe. And this table here, it just breaks it down perfectly. It's all about trade-offs. You see those first 2 columns? Those are your HGC licensed sites. Fully legal, totally above board. But that third column, the offshore sites, yeah, they might try to tempt you with huge bonuses or crypto payments, but they don't have a Greek license. And that's the key part. You have absolutely no legal backup if something goes wrong.
All right, so it's pretty clear you want to stick with the licensed sites, right? But even then, there are dozens of options. It can feel a little overwhelming, for sure. So where do you even begin? How do you sort through it all and find a site that's right for you?
But hey, don't worry. We've put together a super simple, practical checklist to help you cut right through all that noise. You can use this to check out any betting site and make sure it's not only safe, but that it's also a good fit.
Seriously, think of this as your personal 5-step safety check before you even think about signing up. First, always look for that HGC license and a .gr at the end of the web address. Second, look for the little security padlock. Third, make sure they have payment options you actually know and trust. And finally, just see if they have the sports you like and if their mobile app is any good. Follow these steps and you'll be in great shape. Now look, if you want to save yourself some time and just see a list of sites that already tick all these boxes, here's a little pro tip for you. Just open up your browser and search for betplace.us. Click on that first result you see, and you'll find a really solid guide.
All right, so you know how to pick a safe site. But what's it actually like to bet in Greece? What makes the market there so unique? Well, there are a few things that really define the experience.
Well, first off, and this is probably no surprise to anyone, football is king. I mean, the passion for the Greek Super League is just off the charts. But right behind it is basketball, which has been a national obsession for decades. And more recently, tennis has just exploded thanks to homegrown superstars like Stefanos Tsitsipas and Maria Sakkari.
And here's something else that's really cool about the Greek market. It is so accessible. You really don't need to have a huge bankroll to get in on the action. A lot of the regulated sites will let you get started with a deposit as small as just €1. It's perfect for casual fans.
Okay, let's tackle a topic nobody loves but everyone needs to know about: taxes on your winnings. It's actually a pretty straightforward tiered system. Anything you win up to €100 is completely tax-free. Nice. After that, it's 15% on winnings up to 500 and 20% on anything above that. The best part? The betting site handles all the calculations for you. But it's still really important to know how it works.
So we've covered the law, the market, the money, but let's wrap this up with what is without a doubt the most important piece of the puzzle: betting safely and responsibly. You know, one of the biggest wins of having a fully regulated market is that these responsible gambling tools are not just optional, they are mandatory. Every single licensed site has to give you the power to set your own limits on deposits and losses, to take a break using a timeout feature, or even to exclude yourself completely. And if you ever need help, there are fantastic resources available. And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? Now that Greece has a market that's safe, legal, and transparent, the question really isn't, is this site safe anymore? The focus can finally shift. Maybe the real challenge and the real fun is now all about strategy, doing your homework, and just making the smartest bet. Food for thought, right?